Travis,
and Hero,
and Johnson. Those are four really good players.
Well, Hero's doing a great job with Miami.
Higgins to Nick Richards.
Speed.
Yeah, Higgins running off some seconds, finds Sestina, and there's your exclamation point, Richard.
State when he was hired, previously longtime head coach at Hargrave Military Academy, where they averaged over 100 points a game. Followed jam from Khalil Whitney.
This is not the easiest Kentucky team to press because they have maximum ball handlers, and that's how you do it. Texas is going to be a really good player in the OVC. This team will be a team to be reckoned with, and it's nice to see them settle down and get back in the game.
After 3 straight turnovers, Kentucky solves the press by going side to side and then up top.
They have a great program, always have.
Twitter machine will let us know. Oh my goodness! He collected it and threw it back down. It's like AK picking up a bar tab.
We got a young Tom Hart over there. That guy looks like a young Tom Hart. 13? Please.
He's got a bright future. Above the rim, it's Khalil Whitney.
Can we foul somebody? Interior of the locker room, because Cal's heat is going to melt the paint off the wall if they don't do something. Good start. Defenders. They are really going at Nate Sestina off the dribble. Whoever's got it is trying to attack that matchup. Great pass by Ashton Higgins.
Stolen away by Ashton Higgins. Eddie James at home. But he forced a miss. Remember, he forced a turnover on him in the first half. Nice Higgins
attack.
drives, dishes, dunk through. Nick Richards. Very well done. They clear out for Maxey. And he ends up finishing with a flush and a flex.
And pop, just like man-to-man defense.
Quick move for Brooks to go face on James at home.
There you go.
Higgins lobs to Richards. He'll throw that down and swing around. It's a 19-point night.
It'll be a different team that they've been the last couple times out.
Richards down low, and Richards finds himself all alone for the slam.
Little League, that's how all the kids were lined up and put them by the numbers.
Richards again! But a rough air ball scooped up by Higgins. Higgins gliding in the front court. Another alley-oop pass, and there on the finish is Khalil Whitney and his 42-inch vertical leap.
Many years ago is that kids that come in here know they're really playing against freshmen and sophomores. Good pass down low.
And a good finish by Keon Brooks. First time we've called his name tonight. Should it not by year's end?
Yeah, by year's end. Again, you're working with young guys that are new. Nice pass. Easier finish.
Kentucky's class, we just finished the signing period. 6 signees already.
Wow, good pass.
Slam dunk for Whitney on the alley-oop. A lot of versatility. Under 3 minutes to go. Inside Richards, and Richards just giving the rim a workout tonight. And Higgins brings down the loose ball. Numbers for Kentucky. Alley-oop to Brooks. Oh my goodness. Who also comes in at 4-1 on the year. There's a steal, scooped up by Higgins. All on showtime. Kentucky trying to get back to the top. Alley-oop pass, Richards! Oh my goodness!
This is a defensive breakdown by Kentucky. Bad communication, poor rotation. You get Nick Richards that can clean anything up and catch it on the other end.
Suffocating defense, and there's Maxey on a steal. 18. That's making the scrapbook. Inside Richards, and there is the double-double.
Over the last 3 or 4 days. Kentucky comes in at 5-1. Nice pass for Richards down inside. Fumbled, recaptured, and throwed it down
to extend the court. And Big Blue Nation now starting to get behind their team.
Higgins, nice hesitation, dribble, gets it up to Richards for the slam dunk.
That's what I'm talking about, Paul. Miss his absence, and particularly his ability to talk on the floor, but he was so optimistic, so positive. I was really impressed with the young man, as I am Mr. Richards.
Shot clock at 7. And a running lob. Double-digit assists now for Higgins.
2000 Nick Richards. I think that's going to be the strategy of more teams as they play Kentucky with this thin-low rotation.
Wow, what a pass again.
To attack a shot blocker.
Scott Grayson now with 14. The runner not there, and speaking of throwing it down.
And yet to have run into anything like the Kentucky Wildcats, though.
Good entry pass, and forget it after that. What a beautiful pass. Trouble on Richards. Look at Benjamin down inside. At 5'7", his coach wanted a foul. At the other end, throwing it down is Keon Brooks Jr.
Here's Higgins to Montgomery. His feet. Rebound Maxey. To Quickly. Oh, he was leading into that three. There's Montgomery to stuff it back. Shame. The Dunkin' Donut volume, if you will, in the state of New Jersey. It's amazing. There's Nick Richards on the follow. Juzang, the Los Angeles native, starting his first game. Sets the feet. There's the follow! Oh, it's Khalil Whitney rising high above the rim.
So Oklahoma definitely cheering for LSU right now.
Montgomery finishes at the rim.
Remember, he's pretty good at conveying his message and making us repeat it, right?
Motivating, right? He's pretty good at that?
Yeah. He coaches the media, too.
There's Richards.
Is he more famous as a Kentucky player or as a tweeter?
There's Montgomery again for three. Hagan's eyes up. Montgomery, there the flush. Going up, Whitney with the finish.
You have to wear suits. This is all a ploy to get us to stop wearing suits, I feel. It has nothing to do with the coaches. Higgins the steal, and he launches for the slam. Calls those turnovers for touchdowns. I mean, it's a live ball turnover that you have no shot of defending. There's another stop for Kentucky, which had 9 dunks. Oh, beat him. What a block. Right there, they don't let him beat him. Richards, the tip ahead. Lob, stuffed down by Brooks from Maxey. So far, trying for a notable win for a school that's not been in the tournament in a long time as Richards stuffs it home. Yet another dunk.
Transfer from Bucknell. And Gotch has it taken away by Higgins, who is as good as anybody in the country at stealing the ball. Quickly, they're saying now it's a 2. And another turnover. Higgins slams it home to tie the game.
What a turn of events.
Both sides of the floor.
Muhammad working against Maxey. And here's the overplay by Higgins. That's his game. And the flush.
Boy, that kid can guard. Quick timeout by Chris Holman. And Richards really magnificent early on D. Nice pass.
Nice lead to Montgomery. There's what you've been looking for. A little help from Montgomery. He got help from Higgins. And a 6-point lead for Kentucky. And a steal by Higgins. What a way to top it off for the Wildcats.
Missouri send many to the glass. You'll see 4, sometimes 5 black jerseys getting back.
Higgins to Richards. Alley-oop to Montgomery. Higgins the assist.
It's effective. Kentucky on a 6-0 run. They were down 5-zip. And a nice pass to Nick Richards for the flush from Georgia native Ashton Higgins.
And a scorer gets hot. Man, there's no telling how many he can put in.
Good look to Nick Richards, who came down and still able to dunk it as he kept his hands high.
Gonna pull the trigger on that one.
Maxey saw an opening. They lob to Nick Richards, and he throws it down.
Fields diving on the floor for loose balls, offensive rebounds. And when in doubt, Jones is the guy who wins it for Alabama. Easy put back there for Nick Richards.
12 to 15-foot jumpers to Kentucky, so to keep them away from the rim, because this is where they're most dangerous.
Nick Richards awfully dangerous. Boy, again, how he has stepped up. Had a nice little hesitation. Jones cutting, the pass went by him, and it's Higgins in alone.
Well, that's just Alabama trying to do too much.
Already Higgins with 3 assists. He averages over 7 a game. That's number 1 in the SEC, and he drops another dime off there.
Steal. Mania with a catch. Maybe that gets Mania going.
Frank threading the needle. Inside, Richards left alone.
How good is Higgins?
It up there. Back iron, Kentucky in transition. Numbers, Maxey. Blocked by Minaya. Richards on the follow.
Richards is unbelievable as a big man.
Got crowd.
High pick and roll, look for Quickly in the corner. Oh, just finish it.
What a take by Ashton Hagans.
And why is it?
High screen and roll. Richards was open in the lane for a moment. Now he finds the ball at the rim. A terrific little pocket pass from Tyrese Maxey. Jones floats. That's no good.
Nobody
hit
back.
ahead.
Oh, nobody
Maxey
back.
throws it down.
Nobody back. Mr. Maxey loves the bright lights. Racing.
5 to shoot. Maxey floats one up, and Richards throws it down.
Well, great two-man play right there. Maxey and Richards together.
Head coach threw me out. There's a steal by Higgins. We've got Sestina ahead of the floor for the flush. Off that turnover, a near other turnover. Higgins, the alley-oop. Nick Richards took it off the backboard and threw it down with the left hand. Edwards on the bench. Brown 3, no good. And a run out. Brooks ahead of the field, flushes it down.
You saw that. Just wait for the next 7 or 8 weeks with us. Yeah, she was dead set on making sure I know.
Watch out. Wait, now, watch out.
Shooter in Big 12 play.
Quickly into the lane, throws it up. But there's Nick Richards cleaning up. Only taken 4 3-point field goal attempts in his last 8 games. Wide open layup for Ashton Hagans.
John Calipari keeping the ball in the middle third of the floor to start the game.
Clark in the position you love him in, and so does Beard. That one is picked by Quickly. He's ahead of the floor, and he will lay it up and in. Brooks wide open, and he couldn't bring it in. That one worked. Hagans found Richards.
And he came from the dunker spot. Walk away from his team at this part of the season. What is to be gained? You just wonder in those situations, Ravi, who is in the ear of the young man.
Well, in the ear right now is going to be Chris Beard.
Outside to Maxey, 13 on the shot clock. First touch for Sestina. Good luck. Montgomery inside the easy bucket. Pippen with 10 points. Quickly. Can't answer. Gets it back. And the flush by Richards. With personal looming large for Vandy's upset hopes. Richards inside. The beautiful dime drop by Hagans. I think that's one of the reasons so many people are starting to say, okay, teams you don't want to play in March. This one right here, he's one of the main reasons why. Hey, Kentucky to this comeback. Again. Oh, Q! 2 more.
Kentucky on a switch and rolled Anthony McLemore down into the low post.
Great feed. And another one. 2 beautiful passes and a dunk for Richards. It's for Sestina for Kentucky today. He's a threat from beyond the arc. The grad transfer from Bucknell. Quickly off balance. Richards the follow.
Mississippi State in this game.
Well, Nick Weatherspoon going up there and taking it away from Nick Richards. Maxey, that gets the Wildcats crowd off their feet to start.
Stops and back-to-back makes. With 10 minutes to go, it would change the complexion of the game. Not going to do it.
That's the State, 13 straight games. Quickly. Did he get bumped? No, but there's Richards. An assist for Quickly. Anytime they beat a defender, the next move is throw it to the rim.
Action, now the timeout. Higgins was the initial baseline runner. Now they go into that high flat ball screen and let Higgins go to work.
Wide open underneath for the alley-oop, and what a play from Higgins to Richards.
Right shoulder during shoot-around yesterday.
We could have used it before the broadcast.
Good point.
And slam, Montgomery.
They're doing a great job defensively, getting them late in the shot clock.
Entry for Brooks. Slam down on the follow. Nick Richards, the hammer.
He's got great range if he gets in a ball screen. Or even here.
Higgins forced to give it up. Nobody home. Richards with the jam. Lean, and he lost it. Montgomery steps in. Juzang.
Nice find.
What a look. Richards rocks the rim.
Spots with regularity.
12-point lead, largest of the night. Higgins aggressive. He used that arm to push off. No call made. Richards with the follow. To 8 lead, driving. He had nowhere to go. It's Richards who's on him. And here's Higgins with a flush. Feet of Evans. Higgins comes away with it. Maxey ahead of the field. Good pass. What a pass from Higgins to Maxey.
Action for Kentucky so good, man. Those guards, they seek it, they hunt it.
Higgins, oh, what a pass to Richards. Outstanding. Triple-double in Kentucky history. Alley-oop to Nick Richards with an exclamation point.
Kentucky's taken 15 threes in the game, Rabbit. Watch out. I've
Maxey,
been ran over before.
Higgins, and another. And Higgins were there. Quickly, there's the alley-oop. We have not seen that all day today.
We have not. Down. He needs a stoppage of play to kind of put this Kentucky momentum, tap the brakes.
Whoa! Spin move, Nick Richards. Taylor 14 into the game. He's at the top of the key as Sestina. That ball was deflected and Nick Richards picked it off the rim and threw it down.
Double-digit lead. They don't have to be in any hurry.
Richards open. Look out.
Yeah, that's just
doubling up on Nick right away. Good ball reversal.
And a throw for Montgomery, a wide open stop.
I'll tell you more game from what I had seen. Leonard Hamilton's done one heck of a job. He just told they won by 6. There it is. They love him here.
Quickly goes at Blackshear. Richards follows.
Nebo, who was denied that time.
A&M embraces ugly in terms of how they play. That action, and Buzz Williams will have to think about, do I continue to press Kentucky?
I was going to say, what do?
You call your press off and get your half-court defense. Oh, my God!
Right down the boulevard, Higgins is hungry.
Wow. What a power attack by Ashton Higgins.
Odd things have been happening in the SEC. Tyrese Maxey. Oh, goodness! Montgomery going high.
From 281 to 117. That's the growth of this Aggies team. Another dunk.
Yes, sir. E.J. Montgomery spikes it. And here comes Kentucky off its first points from the bench.
Bam.
Oh, another stop for Montgomery running the baseline.
And it's so easy to do when you've lost as much as the Tar Heels have this year.
Oh, nice hit ahead. Sestina to Maxey for the finish. Great awareness by Sestina.
Tracy and I had to chat with him today how much he's enjoying it. There's the lob when you get a piece of the lane.
Richards. Only 2 losses in the SEC this year to South Carolina and Auburn. Give up. Rack attack. Keon Brooks Jr. Off the hands of Wiley to Okoro. But short on a 3.
Forget about it.
Maxey. Good night. Tyrese Maxey rising up.
It was the pass.
Stated one other quick note from that huddle. He's telling his young men, you have to be aggressive and go to the basket and get into ponds. Don't give him the opportunity to block your shot.
On one, deliver the blow and play through it by John Fulkerson.
Montgomery down low, no good. There's the senior Nate Sestina as he flushes it home and sends him to the halftime, leading by 11.
Heavy dosage probably of sprint out ball screens for Nick Richards and Higgins, trying to get his guards going to the rim.
Dump off to Nick and he thunders it home.
Or lose on this afternoon here.
Quickly. Let's see if a double comes. Nice drop step.
Drop step and slam. That is a major rack attack by Nick Richards. Opportunity.
Yeah, we said right at the beginning of this broadcast that there would be an offensive and defensive experience, that they'd have a lot of opportunities, and they've taken advantage of it.
Richards, the ball ricocheted back into his hands.
As you touched on a second ago, the guards for Florida's, the wing players have really complemented one another very well.
Upstairs, Maxey to Richards. Sestina, shot clock down to 10. Maxey with a head of steam, squeezes in. Wow. Sestina, the follow jam.
How did Maxey get that shot off?